Hello everybody and welcome. In today's video, we're going to go over an attacking 4-4-2 tactic. And let's get started with an overview. With FM24, there was a change to the 4-4-2 tactic where it's now usually more viable to use two defensive midfielders than two central midfielders. But today, we're going back to the greatest formation in the world, one that Sean Dyche would be proud of, and using a traditional 4-4-2. Like usual, there are some things I want to accomplish. First, take advantage of the central midfielder role. Since I've only got two players in the center midfield, I need them to be a part of all aspects of our system. For the strikers, I'm going to go with ones with opposite player roles. I'll have one drop into the midfield and one lead the line. Also, to give our tactic variety, I'd like to have 4 different roles for each flank position. By using different roles, our attack can become more unpredictable, even accounting for the symmetry of the formation. Our club for this video will see us heading back to Sparta Rotterdam. We last checked in with the club after a draw followed by a win, helping to stop our losing streak. We've got a hopefully winnable home match coming up, so I decided what the heck, let's change our tactic again to the 4-4-2. Before we start going over the tactic itself, I'd like to talk about tactical familiarity. Keep in mind that this is just my approach and shouldn't be taken as a hard and fast rule, but I usually don't pay any attention to tactical familiarity. So keep that in mind because we've looked at a few different tactical ideas with Sparta, and it's because I enjoy changing tactics, not necessarily because it brings some type of benefit. Okay, with that out of the way, let's check out the tactic itself. Here's our traditional 4-4-2 formation with those two central midfielders. For the strikers, I've chosen the false 9 and the advanced forward. Two opposite striker roles that should give a lot of trouble for the opponent. In the center midfield, we're using two of the aptly named central midfielders, one on attack and one on defend. Despite their opposite role duties, as central midfielders, they're going to be involved in all aspects of our play. The two center backs are simple central defenders. Choosing central defenders is more of a Sparta Rotterdam squad situation because they're best suited for the central defender as opposed to something like a ball-playing defender. On the left flank, I've chosen a winger on support who should pair nicely with a central midfielder on attack. In that left fullback spot, I've selected the inverted wingback on defend. I've been enjoying this role and duty recently, and he'll move centrally and give us another presence in the midfield, acting like a holding defensive role. On the right flank, I've chosen the wide playmaker on support and the wingback on attack. One role that wants to cut inside and is a focus role, and another role that will stay out wide but still get further forward. The team instructions are simple ones, with the attacking mentality doing a lot of the heavy lifting. With the instructions and using a 4-4-2, I find that I don't usually have to tell my team to focus down either flanks because the formation lends itself naturally to that type of wing play. If you'd like to use a 4-4-2 but you want to use more of that center midfield area, you can always tell your team to play through the middle. As we get back to our team, this was our training for the week. The match practice on Tuesday is a session with our new tactic installed that we've got for the upcoming match. We have 2 days specifically working on aspects of the 4-4-2, like attacking wings, change creation, and attacking sessions. After the match, I always love having a team bonding session. It can enhance the squad morale effects of a win or limit the drawbacks of a loss. And finally, here is our final 4-4-2 tactic heading into our home match. Like usual, we'll check out some highlights, do some analysis, and see how we did. We begin our match highlights early in the match with our wingback on the ball in our own half. I really love this wingback and wide playmaker combination, especially to start matches because we get this really effective overlap movement. We show off our passing, but nothing really comes from this sequence. Still, some promising signs to start off with. In the 11th minute, my central defender is on the ball. The pass will go out to the winger on the left flank. But then immediately, the ball is going to go all the way to the wide playmaker on the other flank. Like before, watch the effective overlap we get with the wingback. The play doesn't work, but I love this movement. We'll start this one with our throw in the 20th minute. I love the 4-4-2 because although you lose a bit in the midfield presence, you've got players all over the field, and those two strikers will always keep the pressure on. You'll see our ability to quickly attack after a sloppy pass from the opponent. Near the end of the first half, we're passing the ball around, and this clip is showcasing my love for the central midfielder on the defend duty, a role perfectly suited for the 4-4-2. It gives you a holding role in the midfield, but it's still positioned high enough up the field to be a passing threat. In this one, you'll see us again working that right flank before capitalizing on the opponent's lapse in concentration. At halftime, we're up 2-0, so I decided to change some play roles just a little bit. The big ones are I switched the right flank to a winger on attack. Since we're already up, I chose the inverted fullback only available on the defend duty to give us more safety and coverage. The winger should still provide attacking threats down that right flank. The deep-lying playmaker in the midfield won't get as far forward, meaning we'll have less of a chance to be caught out. Again, we're leading, so I'm making these changes to help provide protection against something like a quick counterattack. We're into the second half, so a friendly reminder, we are now attacking from left to right. If you are familiar with my videos, you know one of the things I love to talk about is safety. I mean, we just talked about it at the halftime changes. You always want to think about it. Okay, if we lose the ball, do we have enough players back? I mean, right now we're on the ball in a really good spot, but we're gonna turn it over. Even so, we have at least 5 players providing cover. We can afford this because we're up in the match. You'll see what happens as we quickly transition to stopping their counter to starting our own counter. Our last clip starts with the opponent's goal kick. Once again, the theme for this match in this video is the ability of the 4-4-2 formation to take advantage of wing play. We added a final free kick goal to make it 5-0. Here are the final match stats if you're curious. For our results at Sparta, we've been able to weather that early losing streak, and we're now sitting somewhere comfortably mid-table. As we wrap up, if you're wondering, these are the settings I use when watching a match. Full match highlights, and I like to use this speed to start out with to see how the tactic is doing, and then I can adjust the speed once we've settled into the match. If you'd like any player role shirts or maybe a digital FM planner, you can check out the Half Space Apparel online store. I've also got a Patreon account if you'd like to support the channel. Anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.